Hello and welcome to Marketing 300 Marketing Principles Online for the summer semester 2014. The purpose of this brief video is to introduce myself, discuss the course plan that we'll be following, cover some general class ground rules, and explore the class Blackboard site, which will be our learning platform for the duration of the summer. I'm Dr. Russ Wallers in the Miller College of Business Department of Marketing. For those who might be on campus, my office is in WB 313. Throughout the semester, I will be accessible by both phone and email. So if you have any questions, concerns, or you need to chat about anything related to the course or marketing in general, feel free to get in touch. I'm accessible and I try to respond at a minimum within 24 hours. So feel free to keep in touch during the semester. I thought we'd start out by talking a little bit about marketing as a discipline, in as much as this is the first marketing course in our sequence. Virtually all organizations, whether we're considering not-for-profits or profit-oriented organizations, are driven by basically three functional areas. There's a production and operations function, a finance function, and a marketing function. Production and operations has to do with manufacturing or providing for a good or service. The finance function has to do with making sure that the assets are in place for keeping the organization viable. And marketing, which is our focus, has to do with all of the activities that have to do with moving products and services from the point of origin or production to the final consumer. All three of these functional areas are equally important, and it's important to understand that they're all synergistically interrelated. If you make a change in a marketing decision variable, or a finance variable, or a production and operations variable, you'll find that the impact of those decisions trickles into the other areas. So each of these three areas are important, and they're all highly interrelated. Our focus is on marketing, and I think you'll find this course a good introduction to that functional area. In terms of our course plan, Marketing 300 Online this summer is organized on a specific timeline that will guide us through the 10-week summer semester. Each weekly learning module consists of assigned video content, reading material from our textbook. We'll have a practice quiz over each chapter designed to prepare us for our exams. We'll have a discussion question each week, and we'll also have 5 exams throughout the summer term. Each of these 5 exams will cover the range of chapters, typically 4 chapters, and then at the end of the semester we'll have a comprehensive final exam that will cover the entire course. The text we're using for this class is Basic Marketing, 19th edition by Perrault, Cannon, and McCarthy, which is a McGraw-Hill publication. In addition to the text, each student will also need a subscription to a software package that goes along with our textbook called Connect. This is available either via the bookstore or directly from McGraw-Hill, either separately or bundled with an ebook version of the text. The text and Connect ordering information is shown on our course syllabus, which we'll take a look at in a couple seconds. The text is available bundled with the Connect package, and Connect is available separately for those wishing to purchase a used text. We've been using the 19th edition of Basic Marketing for several semesters, so there should be plenty of used text available. Additionally, if you can get a good deal on the 18th edition of our text, this would be acceptable for class use throughout the semester. One issue, however, is that the sequence between the 19th and the 18th text editions are different, so we'll be following the course plan based on the chapter sequence laid out in the 19th edition. So if you do use the 18th edition, make sure that you keep the chapter topics synchronized with our course schedule. So there are plenty of options regarding the course textbook. This course is an online course, as you know, and typically many online courses have the potential to be somewhat faceless and impersonal, which is one of the disadvantages. We'll try to incorporate some discussion board content to try to engage participants to compensate for this. If at any point during the term you have questions, comments, or concerns, please don't hesitate contacting me either by mail or phone. I'm accessible and I'll respond to your message as promptly as I can. Comments, concerns, and suggestions are always welcome, so please make sure you make those comments, concerns, and suggestions available to me if you have any of those. In terms of our course ground rules, each student is expected to thoroughly familiarize him or herself with the syllabus posted on our course Blackboard site. I can't emphasize that enough. Make sure you read the syllabus carefully. Assignments for each weekly module are clearly posted on Blackboard under the Course Content menu link. We'll move at a very rigorous pace throughout the term. Each student is cautioned to keep current with all assigned activities. We have to keep pace, so please keep current. Deadlines for each assignment in each weekly module are clearly listed and will be strictly enforced. Late work will not be accepted. There will be no exceptions to that policy. The grading policy can be found in the syllabus posted on Blackboard. We'll go through that in a second. Aside from those basic ground rules, responsible behavior is the expectation, and academic dishonesty will certainly not be tolerated. So please keep that in mind. It's very important, as I said earlier, to thoroughly read the syllabus posted on our course Blackboard site. Having successfully completed an Econ prerequisite course is mandatory for enrollment in Marketing 300. This would typically be Econ 116 or possibly Econ 201, although any Econ course would qualify. So if that's an issue, please make sure you double check if you have any questions. If you have a disability of any type for which some accommodation is necessary, please let me know. We'll do what we can to accommodate that. You might want to refer to the syllabus and also the policy information found in the student handbook. At the risk of belaboring the point, deadlines for each weekly module are prominently listed in both the course content and course schedule material on Blackboard. Understanding and adherence to these deadlines is each student's responsibility, so please keep that in mind. I can't emphasize the importance of keeping current enough. We need to keep on our timeline. So that pretty much walks us through the overview of the course and some of our ground rules. So let's take a look at our course Blackboard site. Okay, when you log on to Blackboard, by virtue of having been enrolled in this class, you will have automatically been populated for access to our course Blackboard site. I believe this is set up in a fairly standard way if you've had an online course before. Notice on the left side of the screen we have a menu. It's laid out in a fairly easy to navigate fashion. I thought what we do is go through each of the links very quickly. The entry page to the Blackboard site is an announcement page, which you're looking at right now. We've got a brief welcome message shown here. At the bottom of the page there's a link to a student profile questionnaire which I'd ask you to take. This is designed to help me get to know the class a little better, and there's a link entitled Course Introduction Video which you're watching right now. If you want to watch this again, there's a link there also. So let's scroll back to the top of the page. The next link down the menu is Contacts. And there you see a mug shot of myself along with contact information and a brief profile if that's of any interest. So I am accessible. There's my phone and email address shown there. Let's drop down to the syllabus link. Click that briefly. Syllabus, you can read this on the screen. It's pretty standard. See a course description, some information on our text and the Connect package, course prerequisite information, course objectives, and there you see the grading components. Notice we have 5 exams, each worth 500 points, followed by a comprehensive final at the end of the semester. For each of the weekly modules, we'll have a discussion question, and each of those is worth 15 points. That's 150 points. And then we are going to cover 19 chapters during the summer term. In each weekly module, there is a practice quiz posted for each of the chapters, and these are designed to prepare you for the exams. Each of those is worth 100 points, so that's a total of 1,900 points for those. So the total for the class is 5,250, and that's our grading components and the weights. So that's shown there. It should be very clear. If you just scroll down, the rest of the information on the syllabus is pretty simple. So make sure you read that thoroughly. I've also posted a link on the syllabus page. If you want to download and print a copy, you can do so. There's a PDF file that is downloadable and printable. The next link down our menu is the course schedule. So let's briefly go to that page. Once again, we're organized for the term in terms of 10 weekly modules. So you'll see module 1, 2, 3, all the way down to the bottom, module 10. And following that is the final exam. So let's scroll back to the top. Notice that within each module, I have listed the major assignments for that module. We'll generally speaking cover 2 chapters per module. So I've got the reading assignments posted there, a practice quiz for each of the 2 chapters in the module, and every other week we will have an exam. I've shown those there in red and the chapters that those cover. Notice that for each module starts on Monday, week of May 12th. The 12th is a Monday, and there's a deadline for each weekly module, which is Sunday evening at 11:59 p.m. And those are the dates when all of the assignments for that weekly module is due. So there shouldn't be any question. We've got the whole course set up with deadlines shown very prominently, the exams highlighted in red. So that should be very, very easy to follow. So that's our schedule. The next link down the list is Connect registration. I'm going to open that very briefly. There's some general information on registering for the Connect subscription. Everyone in the class needs to do that. If you purchased a new text, it may very well have come with a Connect access code. You will use this access code to register for Connect if you purchase that option. You can also purchase Connect separately through McGraw-Hill and register that way. I think this is fairly easy to follow. If when you register for Connect you have any problems whatsoever, I've included a toll-free 800 number and also a website here that will take you directly to the Connect technical support people that can resolve any problems you might have. Typically you would not have any problems, but that's there in case you need to use that. When you do register for Connect, you'll probably be asked for a URL or a website address that links Connect to our course. If you look at this link on the Connect registration page, I'll click that very quickly. That will call up a PDF file. It will come up momentarily. There it is. And scrolling down on that PDF file, notice that about 2/3 of the way down the page there's a website address. If Connect during the registration process asks you for a course URL or a course website address, this is the website address you want to use. So that's available on that PDF file. It's under the Connect registration link. Back out of that. The next link down the menu is the discussion board, and in the discussion board there are some discussion questions for each of the 10 weeks. We will be asking you to respond to those discussion questions. I'm going to drop down to the bottom of the menu. There's a link entitled Supplemental Course Material, so I'll click that briefly. That takes us to a page showing a directory called Narrated Lecture Material. This is material, basically 8 lectures with PowerPoint content that is prepared by McGraw-Hill, in fact our textbook authors. And this is an excellent resource to get an overview of each of our sections, our chapter sections. Notice the first video is linked to chapters 1 and 2. The second video is linked to chapters 3 and 4. So these are fairly easy to follow. This is an excellent resource to provide a good overview for our material as we move into it. I've also referenced this under course content. So let's go to the course content link. This link in the menu is where the action is. So let's click course content. This is where the entire course is mapped out. You will see under this link a module directory for each week. Module 1, week of May 12th. Module 2, week of May 19th, and so forth, all the way down to the 10th week. Each of these directories shows the learning objectives for that weekly module. And then if we open the module by clicking on the title, that takes you to a list of tasks that are required for that week. So if you open the weekly module, you'll have a to-do list right there. This is the module for week 1. Notice the tasks involve watching a couple of videos, reading chapters 1 and 2, and taking practice quizzes and so forth. So it's pretty well mapped out. Basically follow the to-do list. Directly underneath that list, I've included some links for each of the activities within the list. So this is a link to the first video overview. This is a link to the next video clip and so forth. So we have a video overview on each chapter. We also have some industry video content prepared by McGraw-Hill. Here's an example of one for the Timken Company. These are actually pretty informative. Down below you'll see a chapter quiz for Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 with the due date listed. Notice that the due date is also highlighted in red above, so there shouldn't be any confusion over when things are due. When you click this practice quiz for Chapter 1, that will take you to Connect. And if you have not registered for Connect, that would be a great time to do so, either with your access code that may have come with your text, or you can purchase a subscription separately at that point. So that's an example of our Blackboard site layout. So I think we've gone through our menu structure. I think this is very easy to navigate and pretty clear. So if you do have any questions about our Blackboard site layout or any other issue regarding the course, feel free to make those questions known and I will respond very quickly. So that takes us through our course plan, the ground rules for the class, and our Blackboard site. So once again, I'd like to welcome you to Marketing 300. I hope you find the course enjoyable, and wish everyone success in taking this class throughout the summer term. Thank you very much.